Welcome to another good session with the kid right here on Face the Bully. And right now, today, don't have no bullies in the park with me. I didn't bring no bullies to the park with me. Right now, I really don't think you should be bringing dogs to the park. I really don't think it's good for dogs to come outside right now. But everybody gonna do what they do. Dogs with atopy, they getting ready to be in full bloom. Dogs that have atopy, it's getting ready to be in full bloom. You see these trees? Y'all see these trees? You see this grass? All y'all dogs with dermatitis, it's getting ready to kick off. It's getting ready to start. And what we need to do is get ready for it. Get ready for the wave that's finna come through. The atopy wave. It's coming through right now. Look at all of these trees. You have nothing but trees, pollen, dust, dust mites. All that stuff might not be good for your dog. You have mold spores, mold. All that stuff might not be good for your dog. It's about to be dermatitis season, especially for those dogs with dermatitis. It's getting ready to go down. And as dog breeders, dog owners, dog people, dog men and women, some people need to just start explaining to other people who really don't get it when it comes to dermatitis, what it could do to your dog. It can really mess your dog up. This thing called atopy, in the American bully especially, because most of them American bullies go bald in certain places, on their tails. I've seen some go bald on the back of their ankles. You always see them go bald on their back. Some people mistake it for mange. They mistake atopy for mange. They mistake their dog having dermatitis for mange. I can't understand it, but if you don't understand certain things, then you may not know. You just literally may not know. And these are the things that you should know. These are the things that you need to know about your American bully. Not all of them, but most of them is getting ready to wig out because the sun is coming out. They can barely breathe, some of them, because they are also brachiocephalic, and some of them, the American bullies, you know, air don't go through their passageway like it's supposed to. Their nostrils is too small. That's why they breathe all messed up. Some of y'all need to start watching what you giving your dog to eat. Even at so-called high-profile dog food y'all be getting. You need to start watching it. You need to start reading. You need to start paying attention to what's really on the inside of that stuff. And will it affect your dog's dermatitis syndromes? Because your dog does have it. If he's starting to lose his fur, if he's starting to scratch in certain spots, you know, I've seen dogs scratch the hell out of themselves in certain spots. I've seen dogs uh chew their feet apart, just chewing at their feet, chewing at their paws. I've seen dogs doing that. Just chewing at their feet, chewing at their paws. I've seen dogs doing that. I've seen dogs scratching behind their ears. All these are signs of dermatitis, atopy in a dog. It's like when a human being gets allergies from pollen and his nose start running, and you just get a sore throat. You know what I mean? Your eyes get itchy and watery. It's the same thing in a dog. It's called atopic dermatitis. That's something I've been reading up on because, with having these bully dogs, they tend to go bald around this time right here when the sun start coming out. When the sun starts to shine, they goes blind. Nah, not blind, but they lose their fur. They only lose their fur. They don't go blind. And they start to scratch. Look at all this. Look at this. This is what brings about dermatitis in your dogs. See this? See some of you people that live in the city, y'all dogs is used to that environment down there. So you should keep those dogs down there. Because when you move your dogs from the city to places like this, and there's cow boo boo, horse boo boo, there's just all types of leaves and grass and sticks. It's just a whole new environment that causes dermatitis in your dogs. Moving your dog to a whole new environment to where it ain't never seen like dusty grass and just mounds of grass, that causes dermatitis in your dogs. That causes dermatitis in your dogs. I like to stick to this topic right here because, like I said before, there is a lot of American bully dogs that have dermatitis, and I don't think their owners even recognize it. You probably, if you recognize it, you're mistaking it for something else. It's not mange. Most of the time, when you look at it and you think it's mange, and you're going to get some horse mange, and it's not that. It could probably just be a symptom of fleas. That's just it. Your dog needs a bath. You need to go get a bar soap and the water hose, because I usually wash my dog with a bar soap and the water hose outside. And you need to wash your dog. Your dog has fleas. Some of y'all have them furry dogs. Those dogs need a brush or some type of dog comb to go through their hair and get all that stuff up out of their hair. That's what's causing most of these dogs to have atopy, atopic dermatitis. That's what causes most of these dogs to have atopy. And like I said, when you move somewhere else, you don't know where you're going. You don't know nowhere where you're going, and then you get there, and your dog gets there with you. Your dog might be fine for about a week, and then all of a sudden it just wigs out, losing fur, rolling all in the grass, just like doing this little centipede dance in the grass or on the concrete, because they like to scratch on the concrete and they like to scratch on walls. Real facts. That's atopic dermatitis in your dog. And you can get it also from food that y'all be giving y'all dog. A lot of y'all be giving y'all dog expensive foods, and that's what you say they are. All dog foods are probably expensive, but you said you give them the expensive food, which I think most dogs would do better off of just raw meat. You could give them certain things to eat, dog food, kibbles, but most of them just want some raw meat. That's just it. There's no dog food better than that. So if you buying expensive dog food, maybe you should give that to a friend who has some food stamps, and you take them food stamps to the grocery store and get you some meat for your dog. Your dog will do better on meat because most of y'all dogs is catching dermatitis from the food you give them, from that nasty kibble. Some of that kibble you be giving them that's not no good. They catching it from that. Atopic dermatitis, atopy. They catching it from that. So you gotta watch what food you giving your dogs. Me myself personally, I know my dog. I tried her on mayonnaise. She likes mayonnaise. She don't, she don't run from it. But she loves yogurt. And one thing about yogurt is it makes her heavy as heck. So I gotta watch the yogurt intake of how much yogurt I'm giving her. And I only really give it to her during the winter. Look at all this stuff on the ground right here. See all that? That stuff right there is what your dog do not want to be upon. You only give her that stuff through the winter. It helps her keep weight on her body. You know, helps her coat shine. Look at this stuff on the ground. See what I'm talking about? This is where your dogs lose their fur at, and it's called dermatitis. This is what causes it. Some of y'all dogs have been bred poorly, and that's just keeping it real. They've been bred poorly. You bred to a dog that had a symptom of something, and then you probably rebred to it too, bred to it again, and it made it even stronger in the dogs, especially them blue dogs. I'm sorry to have to say it. I love blue dogs, but I'm sorry you had to say it. Them blue dogs be having it. They be having that skin allergy, man. That's what they do be having. And I love them blue dogs. I own a blue dog, but I'm just saying, them blue dogs, sure. I didn't seen butt naked blue dogs. I didn't seen, I didn't seen, I didn't seen butt naked blue dogs, man. For real. They was looking like Chinese Shar-Peis. But you just gotta be aware, man. The season is here, and we need to keep our dogs clean because fleas cause allergies. So we need to keep our dogs clean. When you bring them to a park or something, such as this, make sure they used to the environment. If you keep changing the environment, they could catch dermatitis that way also. You know what I mean? So you gotta watch the environment and just continue to educate yourself on a dog and make some nice hounds out here, man. Stay protected. Keep your family safe. And once again, this is Face the Bully. I'm gone.